So working on a small crusher project. So essentially I have this cutoff piece here. Measured out, it's 14 inches wide. So I went to the scrap pile there, to the steel pile I guess, and cut a couple 14-inch by 14-inch pieces of plate. Did the measurements on it, 7 inches, 7 inches, found that center point to it. And then I centered the bearing on that, outlined it, marked the holes, cut the center. So you can see this one's all drilled, has the center cut out. One plate will be welded directly on the end and have the bearing bolted on with the shaft pinned through it, and the other side will have threaded studs coming out, and then I will drill some extra holes in one of the plates so that that will bolt on and you can open the actual chamber. So I've welded one end on permanently, and the other end will be the cap that can come off so you can access the inside. So got that one all square. I put that shaft in now. And what I've done is I've mounted the other bearing and then put that plate onto the end here and sort of using that as a guide. And then I measured out the spots on the round angle, which were sort of below the 90-degree point to line them up. So let's put that cap on now and check how that is, and if it's not bad. I took some bolts, just cut the heads off, and I'm going to use those for the studs. So these will be welded on where I mark them with the white markings, and then that will be used to put the cap on and off. So everything is all together now, and I left the bearing loose and lined that shaft up to where it could move as free as possible, and then tighten those bearing bolts down. As you see, we got all 4 of the studs on for the end cap. So this is essentially holding that chamber together. That shaft gets held on. There's little Allen key screws, and then we've got the single V belt pulley on this end. So we have a 14-inch diameter mill here. We're going to run it off 3 horsepower electric motor. Everything's done, everything's mounted, caps on, bearings are on, the shaft is aligned. Basically just need to open that housing and get our chains or our clevises put on and mount our electric motor with the belt. I was hoping that you could just take the cap and right off with these wing nuts, but of course I'm one short, so you still need a wrench for it for now. But I'm pretty happy with the way that the thing has turned out, since everything was pretty much free, minus like the bearings and the shaft and a bit of the hardware, but just had this stuff lying around and pretty easy to put together. Alright, so I watched a couple videos and I've made a couple modifications. Feed tube is an old piece of drill pipe. Will come in from the bottom here. And then the exit port will come out up a little bit higher. Using this channel of material, and like we were saying before, having a piece of screen fit in the back there that can get changed out with some tabs, and then be able to put like a hose or something on the end of that to put into the bucket.